what's up, guys? It's Alec. It's 10:12 at night currently on a Friday. It's a good time. I just drove back to my hometown. Took me like 5 hours. Took for fucking ever. But it's okay because I came home and I made eggs and I made bacon. And did some dishes and it was awesome. Anyway, let's see, I already recorded this video and it was like 10 minutes long, and then it turns out that I had selected the wrong recording device. So the entire thing was silent. It was like a silent film, and it was absolutely horrific because there's no little, you know, screenshots of like what the fuck I was saying. And of course, I don't remember what I said at the beginning of the fucking video. But basically, I'm making this video, it's kind of like a trans enough video. There's this guy that I have been watching on YouTube. His name's Chase, and he made a video about why he felt he wasn't trans enough, and then he actually made a collaborative video and had people send in videos of themselves talking about, you know, what made them feel that they weren't trans enough, and made a whole video, and I thought that was really cool, and I sent in a little bit. And the coolest thing about it was watching it and seeing what other guys had to say about what made them feel like they weren't trans enough, which was really awesome. But I wanted to make my own little video because there were some in there that they brought up that I related to, and there were some that I didn't really think about, like when I was making the video originally. So the one that I mentioned in the video is that I didn't feel like I was actually transgender until I got my binder. I came out, and then I would say 2 to 3 months after I actually had come out and was identifying as male, that is when I got my binder, just because of money and like ordering and trying to figure out where the fuck I was going to get one. And I definitely really didn't feel like I was actually transgender until I got my binder, which is stupid. Excuse me. I don't pack, mainly because I'm afraid of like a fake dick falling out of my fucking pants, to be honest. But it's just not, it's already with my binder, it's a lot of work in the sense of just like, there's this extra thing that I have to kind of pay attention to every once in a while. Like if it rolls up, I have to roll it back down, and when I go to the bathroom, I have to like coordinate with it. And I mean, just with a packer, like I just don't really want to deal with it. I've tried it and I really enjoy it, but I don't feel the need to go out in public with a pack. Like I don't need to go out in public and pack. Really, the only time I would do that is if I was having if I had an STP, which I'd plan on. So it's really the only thing. One of the things that I saw in the video that I like, honestly, and a lot of the ones, there was a lot of ones that I kind of pushed away because I felt like if I felt that way, it would make me less transgender. I'll be completely honest. And one of them is like, I actually would totally be down to like Fairchild. I would do it. And I feel like that makes me less transgender because of the fact that that's something that females do. And I feel like because of the fact that I would want to do that, that would make me less masculine and less identifying as like transgender and stuff, which is just stupid. Because I know that there are guys out there that would take the chance in a heartbeat if they could. Like, I know. I have no doubt in my mind. And I think it's more really of an experience, and I honestly think it's a beautiful thing to, like, carry a child. And, so yeah. So, and I feel like that made me less transgender, because I would want to do that, but that's stupid. That's just stupid. Another one, that I feel like there's a lot that it's not necessarily even just it makes you less, like, you feel like it makes you less transgender. It's more, it just makes you feel less masculine. So specifically speaking, so female to male, even male to female, maybe you feel like you can't do anything that's masculine. I feel like female to males feel like they can't do anything that's feminine because, oh, well, you're not a man enough, which is stupid. For example, I love the song by Selena Gomez, I Love You Like a Little Song, or whatever the fuck. I don't even give a shit who knows. It's a guilty pleasure. I literally just sang it for the last 20 minutes on my computer while I was making food. I don't care who knows. I really don't. And I feel like it doesn't even necessarily make me feel less trans. It just makes me feel less masculine, which therefore makes me feel less trans. I feel like if you're transgender, you all of a sudden have to be like, oh, I'm super masculine. Like, no. Nobody's going to bulk up in 3 months all of a sudden just because they identify as transgender. Maybe some people, no, don't get me wrong. Some people might, but that's because they feel like that's something they want to do. Like, for me, it's like the only reason I would even want to become muscular is honestly just because I want to. I don't really feel like it makes me any more or less transgender. I just feel, or any more or less masculine. It's just, I always thought it'd be cool to have muscles, and I don't want to do that. So whatever. But I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the word transgender. Transgender is an umbrella term. You shouldn't let anybody define you by what their definition of transgender is. Like, everybody has their own transgender, and what you do to transition is what you're gonna do. If somebody identifies as transgender and their form of transitioning is just, you know, identifying as male and switching over to masculine pronouns or vice versa, and that's it, then who is anybody else to sit there and say, well, you're not transgender enough, or you're not masculine enough, or you're not, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Nobody can sit here and tell you who you are. It is all completely up to you what you're gonna do to transition. For example, bottom surgery. Some people don't even want bottom surgery. Some people do. Some people don't. Some people want top surgery. Some people don't. Bottom surgery for me personally, maybe, don't really know. Costs too much money at this point in time. I don't feel the need to, really. Maybe in the future, if it's like I've moved past certain things that I have, you know, then whatever. The reasons that I want to go on testosterone is because it feels right to me. Because of the fact that I want facial hair. Because of the fact that I want defined muscles. Because of the fact that I want my fat to redistribute. Because of the fact of it will make me look more male, which is what I want. I don't feel like you have to in order to transition. Whatever the fuck you want to do is what you're going to do. Top surgery. I hate having boobs. I just hate it. I don't care. If you are perfectly fine having boobs, like you're like, oh, I like to wear a bra every once in a while. That's awesome. You know, you do, because guess what? That saves you a lot of money. But I mean, at the same time, like, you're comfortable with your body, which is absolutely, you know, that's fantastic. Another one that makes me feel like I'm not trans enough is I don't really experience that much dysphoria, fortunately. I think before I started coming out, I experienced more dysphoria as related to not really knowing who I was and feeling like I had to hide. But really beyond that, not too much. As far as like my body, a lot of the time I just kind of went back to the same thing that I did before, which is kind of ignore it. You know, I just am like, oh, I totally have a masculine chest, and like I have a masculine like genitals, whatever. You know, I try not to think about it, because if I think about it too hard, to be honest, it will upset me. But you know what? I, in the end, came to the conclusion, what is the point of being upset about it when there's so much that I can do about it, and I'm working on doing things right now, so why be upset about it? That's my take on it. That was how I dealt with it. Not everybody is going to be like that. Some people are perfectly capable, are perfectly fine with their bodies. Other people experience really, really horrible dysphoria. And you know what, guys? I really feel for you. I do. Like, it sucks. And I am grateful that I am able to do that. I am at a place where, like, it is okay for me to basically just ignore it and then not really experience much dysphoria. Whereas in opposed to, there's just some guys where it's just too much. You know, if like somebody was really making fun of me for like having boobs, or if somebody was really giving me shit about not having a penis, I really could see myself experiencing something like that, just in the sense of like, not even really dysphoria, but just more of like, I'm just really going to go to a place where this isn't happening because it's too much. Because it is something where it sucks. Of course, I'm not comfortable with my body, but again, I got to a point where why be upset about it? And it's just, I just don't want to hear it from other people. It's something I just don't focus on. You know, like, if people ask me questions, I mean, that's one thing. And if I talk to people about it, that's one thing. But I mean, if somebody was just sitting there and like continually pointing out, you know, that's something completely different. But anyway, so wow, I'm impressed that I still made the video about 10 minutes long. Consistently able to talk for forever. So, anyway, yeah. Basically, my point being is that it doesn't matter what the hell you do. If you identify as transgender, you're trans. It doesn't matter what anybody else is going to try to define you as. You know, you do what you're going to do, and it doesn't matter. Because you're you. And you do what you want to fucking do. Shit! That's all that really fucking matters! Now go listen to Selena Gomez's song! Shit! And that's exactly how I feel about every single one of you. It's true. I love you like a love song, baby. And I'll talk to you later. Be who you are. Goodbye. You play the favorite mind like a symphony.